everyone, and welcome to Eastern Randolph High School. We are tucked neatly between Greensboro and Asheboro, North Carolina. The Graham Stars coverage truly knows no limits. We're almost 300 miles away from home, but we are here for two games this afternoon. Third round playoff action between the Knights and the Wildcats. Hey everyone, good afternoon. Kevin Hensley with you for the Graham Star Sports Network. A little rushed, we're in the 11th hour, but you know what? We got the stream up and running in time. Special shout out to Eastern Randolph, our friends here with the Wildcats, for letting us stream this telecast. And we'll be back here in just a moment. We're going to go down to the floor as we're close to tip-off for the girls' game, and we'll catch everybody up as we roll along on just how the playoffs are proceeding. Until then, we'll be right back, folks. We'll go to the public address announcer for the national anthem and the introduction of our starting lineups right here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening or good afternoon, and welcome to Eastern Randolph, third round of the state playoff. And we're looking forward to a great game between these two fine teams as the Black Knights from Robbinsville are here to take on the Cats of Eastern Randolph. We will have a presentation of our colors, then we will have our prayer, and then the national anthem. So would you please rise to the colors of the Senate? That right, Lieutenant Colonel Milligan, National Cadet Command Sergeant Senior Yarborough, State Cadet Sergeant First Class Bowser, and White Cadet Sergeant First Class Brad. Please remove your hats. We'll have the word hats. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to be together. Thank you for the opportunity to come to this place to watch this two fine teams participate in this basketball game. We pray for each participant. You know their needs, whether it be on the court or off. You know each of our needs with everybody that's here. I'm sure there are a few that you need to attend to. And we ask you to do that and be your will. We ask, Father, that you'll watch over them. Protect each one of us so that your name will be glorified in all we say and do from day on, from this day to whenever. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Please remain standing for our national anthem. Basketball, we are ready to give the starting lineups to both teams. First of all, for the visiting Lady Knights from Robbinsville. At guard, the senior, number 4, Jessica Tremor. At guard, freshman, number 11, Serene White. At forward, the sophomore, number 23, Liz Carpenter. At guard, the senior, number 24, Kinsley Phillips. And at forward, a junior, number 44, Audrey Washington. And moving to the floor, this time, Miranda Bennett and Eddie Howell. For the At guard number 4, sophomore Kinley Whitaker. At guard, junior number 15. At forward, Logan Beaver. At forward, senior number 22, Kate Purdue.
Let's get it fast. Thank you for being with us here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Kevin Hensley with you for these telecasts. I've sent Montana LeRae to the floor to do photographs for the Graham Star. She's quite an accomplished photographer, so I'm sure she's got the task well in hand. So we're going to do a solo up here. If things lag a little bit, folks, just be patient with us. We're working on it, I promise, as we go on throughout the evening. And it looks like we're just about set for the opening tip-off. And there it goes at 3:05 p.m. It goes into the clutches of senior Kinsley Phillips for Robbinsville. Travel, that's top for 3. It'll be off. And it is rebounded by number 4. That's Kinley Whitaker for the Lady Wildcats. Robbinsville comes into this one as the 13th seed. They upended the number 4 Albemarle Bulldogs on Thursday, 71-66. Three-pointer from number 15. That's a rebound for Kinsley Phillips. On the shot was Logan Beaver. Here comes Trammell and the Lady Knights. Waddy across the horn, back to the senior. Inside feed to Liz Carpenter for 2. And that gets the Knights on the board. Putback will be good for 2 by Beaver. 2-2 score here in the first quarter. Kick over to the corner, Kinsley Phillips. And there's Waddy at the top again. Shot will go out. And I believe Wachacha will snag it back, though, and on the putback, she'll get 2. Nice work for 2 here in the first quarter. Shot up for 2, not going to work. Rebound by Wachacha. Lady Knights basketball here in the first quarter. 5:52 to play in the opening stanza. Wachacha now gives it back across to Phillips, who gets it to the point guard. That's Trammell. And that shot's up. And Carpenter off another assist from Trammell. Hey, she's playing a point guard. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Ball's out. Last touched by, I guess they're going to say Wachacha. Inbound coming at the top of the key. Quick shot will not pay dividends. And got her own rebound. Can't do it. Third attempt is good. That is Kinley Whitaker driving to the basket. And Carpenter commits her first of the evening. Makes it 6-4. And it's a 3-point play to make it 6-5. 3 for Phillips in the corner. Not going to get it. Wachacha rebound. Kicks it to the point guard, Trammell. Wiggles her way in. Can't get the call. Junk ball will end the fun. Possession will go with the Wildcats. Good to have you with us, fans, once again here on the Gramstar Sports Network, your exclusive home for Robbinsville Athletics. And we are streaming it all season long and beyond. Shot is blocked by Wachacha and stolen by the small forward, Liz Carpenter. Or the bigs paying off already here in the early going for Robbinsville. Trammell for three, and she sinks it, get the assist to Wachacha. 9-5 Lady Knights here in the first quarter. 4:19 to play in the opening stanza. Here's a drive in by number 5. That was Brecken Snotherly for 2. 9-7. Robbinsville lead has been chopped down. Trammell again at the top. Another 3. She's on fire here in the first quarter. Oh, baby. 12-7 Robbinsville. Top of the horn is Zierra Watson. Number 1 hands it off over to the right side. One-on-one matchup here. She'll drive into the paint. Liz Carpenter will pull down the board. And it is going to be Robbinsville basketball. Trammell searching the floor for options across the horn to Phillips. Quick perimeter coverage will slow that effort down. Trammell in, coughs it up. Junk ball, keeps it with Robbinsville.
Now the ball goes to the Knights for 3, Abby Ware.
Abby Ware will check into the game for Surrey Waddy. She'll have a seat. People still buying the tickets. Hey, we're here for a 2-game set this afternoon, a doubleheader. The Black Knights will be in action later on against the Wildcats. The brackets could not have shaken out any more wonderfully for Robbinsville or Eastern Randolph. You get to host a playoff game, you get to travel for a playoff game, and you only got to send your crew to one school instead of 2. Ball stolen away, a lot of moving parts there. Ware had a rebound and amongst all that. And a 3-pointer from Snotherly will pop in and out. Carpenter is going to let it go. Ball saved. And Randolph will air it out again. There's a 3 for Whitaker. 12-10. .233 to go in the opening quarter. Kinsley Grace in the corner. Kicks it back out to Ware. Robbinsville 19-8 this season. The Eastern Randolph Lady Wildcats 19-7. Wildcats at the top of their conference. They got a high seed. They are the 5 seed in the 1A Western girls bracket. Bad pass, and that's a huge break. That's off of Whitaker's foot. Or Snotherly, excuse me. Carpenter dove for it, but it's a junk ball, and it'll turn it back over to Eastern Randolph. Up next, of course, the Black Knights, 23-5 this year. They are the 6th seed. We'll be taking on the number 3 seeded Wildcats, which have a 26-2 record. More importantly, undefeated at home this season. But so is Robbinsville, so we'll see if they can carry a little bit of that black magic out east. 2 for Snotherly. Good move, and we're all knotted up. 12-12 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Kinsley Phillips will nail it for 3. Timeout call by Lucas Ford. And we'll step aside for just a moment. Stay with us, fans, on the Gramstar Sports Network. Back live from Eastern Randolph High School in Ramseur, North Carolina. Look it up on a map, folks. We are in the most central point of the state here in Randolph County. So a foul right out of the timeout by Abby Ware. Comes with 1:04 to play here in the first quarter. 15-12. Robbinsville make that 15-13. Foul shot for Brooklyn Jones. That's old school facility we're in here for the Wildcats. That one will be on the side, but it's rebounded by Eastern Randolph. Clock dips under a minute to go. Ball is airmailed, and Abby Ware more than willing to pick it up and retrieve it. Travel to Carpenter. Travel will negate the proceedings. 15-13 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. 44 seconds to go. Robbinsville still up by 2 at the moment, duking it out. Mano-a-mano with the Wildcats. How about Ware for rebound number 3 to match her jersey number? Good to see that. Fans still piling on to GramstarSports.com to purchase the telecast. We were only able to make it public once we got the AOK from our friends here at Eastern Randolph. Three-pointer for treble is good, and Kinsley Grace will get the assist. Robbinsville thriving outside here in the opening quarter. That's 4 from beyond the arc. 2 seconds to go, and a foul is going to be called on Desta Trammell.
Foul is called on Lady Knights, number 4, Desta Trammell, for first.
That stops the clock with no joke, folks. 0.1 left to go, so not much you can do here. There's an inbound coming from Watson, but all she'll be able to do is just heave it onto the court. No way you can do a transfer here in legality. They're going to give her credit for trying, though, and it's not going to work. How about that, fans? 18-13, Robbinsville looking fresh as a daisy. Stay with us on the Gramstar Sports Network. Welcome back, everyone, to Eastern Randolph High School. You're watching the third round of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association's 1A state playoffs. Kevin Hensley with you on behalf of the Gramstar Sports Network. Appreciate all of you tuning in and joining us here at Eastern Randolph. Ball gets loose and eventually finds its way back up the horn. Wachacha now to Phillips for 3 off the inbound. Can't get it. Carpenter tried to wibble wobble it away. Couldn't get the job done there either. Here's Kinley Whitaker, number 4, to bring it up the floor. Watson into the corner. 3, not going to get there. Trammell will take it and fly back up the court. Lady Royal alumna, I should say, and can't get the job done there on that layup. Didn't finish the shot. Snooterly drives in and is fouled by Aubrey Wachacha.
Foul on number 44, Aubrey Wachacha. Her first team score. Two shots away, number 5 of the Cats. Brendan Snuggerly.
Snuggerly will head to the charity stripe. Make her first. And Wachacha will pull down the errant second one. 18-14 is your score here on GramstarSports.com. And a foul will be called in the paint. That one is going to be on Kinley Whitaker.
Foul on number 4, Kinley Whitaker.
That is the first foul for Eastern Randolph here tonight. How about that? Makes it till the second quarter. Big hand fight for the rebound. Snutherly will clean it up, the big tall forward. Listening to your program at 5:10. Rolls in and out. Oh, my goodness. What a break for Robbinsville. Liz Carpenter gets the board. And a drive in will result in a foul as Wachacha head to the charity stripe. That's on Logan Beaver. 6:37 to go. Here in the half. And Wachacha will miss her first. Chacha goes 1 for 2, split bill, and that'll make it 19-14. Gym is packed, and it'll be at a fever pitch as the evening rolls along. Kinsley Phillips cleans up the mess. Gives the ball back to Robbinsville. Here's Destiny Shea. 3 from the top of the key. And it'll come up a bit short. And turns it back over to Eastern Randolph. Trammell came into the Knights game with 1,883 career points. Folks, we're working off a hot spot tonight, so have patience with us if the quality drops a little bit. Hey, we're here and we're live. Let's just be grateful for that. Foul call on the floor, and that is Aubrey's. I believe that is her second or third. They are not putting that on the scoreboard, and I don't have track of it over here, unfortunately. But it comes with 5:32 to play. I can tell you that much. Rebounded by Kinsley Phillips. High feed down the floor to Trammell. She holds on to it. Good work. Passes it out of trouble. Waddy back across to Kinsley Phillips. Thought about a three. Changed her mind. Drive in and out for Abigail Ware. Rebounded by Logan Beaver for the Wildcats. That went off the side of the rim and into the clutches of Surrey Waddy. Trammell one-on-one matchup in the paint. And she'll draw the foul. $5:14 to go in the first half, excuse me. Trammell pretty stinking consistent, folks. She's got the North Carolina state record for consecutive free throws made. She made 63 in a row between last season and this one. 2 for 2 at the line. She goes this time, and that'll make it 21-14. Ball stolen away by Kinsley Phillips. Trammell in, hit hard as he shoots. And it'll be another two-shot foul, I should say.
Fouls on pass number 3, Mackenzie G. That's her first.
Mackenzie G will commit her first infraction of the ball game. Getting a little foul heavy here in the second. Trammell will slice it through for her first. 3 for 3 so far. And 4 for 4. How about that? Robbinsville up by 9 at the moment on the Graham Star Sports Network. Ball is loose. Fade across. Watson, lost it there for a moment. Double team effort. And they're going to say, I believe Miss Waddy might have bumped her. No, they're going to give it to Abby Ware. That is her second.
That's her second personal. 16 fouls.
So 23-14 Black Knights on the Graham Star Sports Network. Liz Carpenter, quick steal. Here come the Lady Knights. Suddenly there just enough to interrupt the flow of the game for a moment. No harm, no foul. Trammell thought about three, changed her mind. And swaps it back and forth with her classmate, Kinsley Phillips. A good screen by Kinsley Grace. An errant shove by Kinley Whitaker. The referee did not call it. It was right in front of him. Kinsley Phillips flung to the floor and no whistle to be heard. And Trammell will come up short on the shot. So onward we roll. Corner three off the top of the backboard. That'll end that one. And turn it over to Robbinsville. And timeout will be called by Randolph. 30-second pause. Robbinsville up 23-14 right here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Welcome back, everyone, to Eastern Randolph High School. You're watching Robbinsville and the Wildcats. Junk ball called inside, turns it over to Eastern Randolph. .329 to play in the half. Lady Knights up by 9. Put back. Good work by Southerly. We're going to give Beaver credit for it, excuse me. And the Lady Knights are trying to find answers. Crowd coming to their feet. As I said, it's a rabid atmosphere tonight here at Eastern Randolph. Kinsley Phillips will take the assist, and they're out of 3 and come up empty. And I believe that's going to be a foul on Robbinsville. Offensive foul called on Ware. That'll be her 3rd of the evening. And that means bonus time for the Wildcats.
Number 44, Aubrey Watchajal back on the court. Live shooting number 1, number 5, Brecken Southerly.
1-1, no good. Wachacha fighting for it. She'll get it and give it off to senior guard Kinsley Phillips. Here comes Trammell. Works her way around. Carpenter feet inside. Broke it up. Foul called. And boy, the head coach for Eastern Randolph, not a fan of that. That's on Whitaker. That's number 3 for the sophomore point guard, or excuse me, sophomore guard, I beg your pardon. And Carpenter misses her first. Makes her second. Good way to settle down and salvage the series. Push in. Kinsley Phillips rebound. Trammell thought about a 3 and changed her mind. Kinsley Grace now at the top of the horn. Gives it to Waddy. Trammell trying to get something set up here, anything at the moment. $1:54 to go before halftime. Wachacha for 2. Give the assist to Desta Trammell. 26-16. And Beaver gets 2 there as well to make it 26-18. Well, the Knights are running away with this one, but Eastern Randolph's trying to chop it down. And hey, we know a lot of people in the Smoky Mountain Conference, a lot of people are tuned into our telecast, and we're appreciative of you being here, of course. But I would like to brag on our faithful from Graham County. They are packed out, made the super long drive out here for tonight's game. 290 miles one way to Eastern Randolph High School. Feed across. Watson for 2 is going to be off. Rebounded by Liz Carpenter, who just had a basket a moment ago. Off a Trammell assist. That's the drive. Euro step is not going to pay off that time. Block instead, and Kinsley Phillips will inbound it. Robbinsville is up by 10 right now. Trammell will settle in way out in front and scope out what to do. One big upset today, folks. Drawn has picked up another victory. They are the 16 seed. So that means a Robbinsville victory here tonight will, believe it or not, send the Lady Knights back home for the 4th round on Tuesday. Foul called that time. Trammell got the nod.
Foul on cast number 3, Mackenzie G. That's her second personal. 16 foul.
So Mackenzie G commits her second foul. Trammell at the line. First one is good. As is number 2. Abby Ware will come into the game off the 2-for-2 series. Ten seconds to go. 3-pointer for Watson. Excuse me, that's my apology. That's Southerly there. Made the 3. At the buzzer, Trammell misses it. And we'll go to the locker room. Robbinsville up 30-21 right here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Don't you dare go away. We'll crunch stats and join you again here in just a few minutes. Fans, we welcome you back to Eastern Randolph High School here in Ramsor, North Carolina. We are in between Greensboro and Asheboro, but the Gramstar Sports Network is live nonetheless. At the break, fans, the Robbinsville Lady Knights have a 30-21 lead over the Wildcats. Kevin Hensley with you for tonight's telecast. Here on the road, we're set up at the T-top of the bleachers, so things might be a little wobbly, and hey, we're having to go off of a hotspot for our connection, so we apologize if it's not up to snuff as far as the streaming quality goes, but nonetheless, we are here, we are live, and we appreciate all of you being patient with us today as we had to get all the way out here, first of all, and then, of course, find out if we could, in fact, stream. At the break, fans, Desta Trammell with 14 points, 5 assists, and a rebound. Liz Carpenter, 7 points, 3 rebounds and a steal. And Aubrey Wachacha with 5 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block. We are just about set to resume action. Second half on tap. Robbinsville still up by 9. And up next, of course, we will see Robbinsville and Eastern Randolph boys. That is the 3 seed in the West men's bracket versus the 6. Robbinsville will be 23-5. Eastern Randolph 26-2. And I believe it will be a Robbinsville inbound. Kinsley Phillips will reel it in for the Knights as the third quarter gets underway tonight here at Ramsor. A rainy day all day, but we made the trek out nonetheless. And hey, we appreciate all of you making the trek here to Gramstar Sports, the exclusive home for Robbinsville Athletics, streaming it all season long and beyond. Robbinsville in absolutely no hurry to do anything here. 7:33 to play. How you like that? A little bit of a stalling tactic here to begin the second half. Hey, why not? Make them come at you, right? Robbinsville leads by 9. They actually led by 12. And if not for Brecken Southerly hitting a 3-pointer at the 5-second mark before the break, that score might have held. Trammell inside dish to Carpenter. And it's going to be off and rebounded by Eastern Randolph. Shots up, no good. Kinsley Phillips, rebound. Here comes the Lady Knights senior Kinsley Phillips. Probably the best defensive player in the Smoky Mountain Conference. All 4 years of her varsity career. Trammell spins in and gets 2. Again, folks, we hate to have to keep mentioning this, but if you see a link pop up on our scoring threads or anything we post, that is not a link to this stream. Don't be fooled. Don't buy it. I promise you it will break your heart, and you'll end up with money missing out of your bank account. Trammell went sliding into the wall pretty hard there. Picked up by Whitaker after she was bopped by Whitaker. 34-21 is your score. Drawn defeated Northmore 52-45. Drawn is the 16 seed. We didn't want to make mention of that, how that turned out. Basket counted. Trammell back-to-back buckets to begin things here in the second half. Three for Snutherly is going to be off. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Junk ball. Liz Carpenter and Logan Beaver get entangled. And it is 34-21 on the Graham Star Sports Network. Junk ball will go in. Snutherly drive. Floater rolls out. Rebound by Beavers. And a putback for 2. Still a double-digit lead for the Lady Knights on the Graham Star Sports Network. All swatted loose. Snutherly breaks away. 2. $34-25 now the spread here on GrahamStarSports.com. Shot goes up, no good. Rebounded by Isha Randolph. Wildcats trying to rally here in the third. Two for Beavers, 34-27. Seven-point ball game. Gotta admire the Cats coming out swinging. They know what's at stake here. Liz Carpenter hits 1 for 2. Snutherly draws the foul inside off Miss Carpenter. I'm going to call an Aubrey Wachacha, my mistake. Thank you. Snutherly will make her first. Two for 2. Snutherly goes. 7-point ball game. .407 to go in the third. Kinsley Phillips with a good push. Can't get it though. Grabs the rebound and still can't reel it in. Junk ball. Carpenter and Logan Beavers duking it out. Boy, that is an interesting call there. Completely missed that one. I can't really cover that up too much for the officials. Somewhere in the greater Spartanburg area, there's another referee that might have something to say about it too. Jump ball called again. A lot of aggression being shown on the court here in the third. A lot at stake. Both teams with 19 wins this season. By the way, in case you're wondering, Desta Trammell has surpassed 1,900 career points off that last two-pointer she made early in the quarter. She's at 1,901 now and needs just 104 more. How about a two, I beg your pardon, for Kinsley Phillips. She needs 104 to break the all-time scoring record at Robbinsville, held by April Holder. Liz Carpenter looked like she had a clean block. The referees thought otherwise. Foul called.
Foul for number 23, Liz Carpenter. That's her second personal, second team foul. Two shots towards number 4, 15 Whitaker.
And looks like Whitaker goes 2 for 2, and it's a 7-point ball game. Phillips works her way out of the corner, creeps back up. And the one-on-one matchup continues with Whitaker and Phillips. Waddy's left wide open on the perimeter, and she makes them pay. Give the assist to Kinsley Grace here on GramstarSports.com. Drive inside. Foul called. Kinsley Phillips commits her first foul of the ball game with 2:19 to play here in the third. Snotherly misses her first. Goes 1 for 2. (41-32), Robbinsville still in the driver's seat. They took the lead early and have not looked back. Eastern Randolph has not led since the start of the ball game. Carpenter to Phillips. Carpenter drive, bobbles it. Good save. Kinsley Phillips able to keep it alive without a travel from Carpenter. Trammell in, last second dish, and it's in and out. Rebounded by Logan Beaver. Phillips a little slow to get up, but she's jogging up the floor. Snotherly in and gets the bucket. And it's a 7-point ball game again. Timeout called by Lucas Ford, and Robbinsville Lady Knights will head to the bench to get their orders. Stay with us on the Gramstar Sports Network. Welcome back, everyone, to Eastern Randolph High School. You are watching the third round of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association's 1A state playoffs. Robbinsville in town for a doubleheader. Moving screen, it looked like. Ware couldn't get her feet settled. Foul called in the paint. Carpenter was driving, and I believe Whitaker is going to be rung up on it. No, I stand corrected. It's Beavers. First foul of the half for Eastern Randolph. Carpenter misses her first. Laneout's playing a great ball game so far. Hopefully they can keep it up. 1 of 2. Three-pointer off the rim. Watson rebound. Whitaker floats it up. Can't get it. Abby Ware gets the board that time, and here comes Trammell and company. Ball coughed up. A rare snafu. And Trammell called on the foul. Drive in. Spins out. Carpenter rebound. Here comes Desta Trammell. Blocked at the net. Nothing but a clean whistle with 1.6 left to go in the third. So Kinsley Phillips will inbound it. At the buzzer, Wachacha for two. Thank you very much. Let's go to the fourth, fans. 44-34, Robbinsville Lady Knights are in the driver's seat here in the third round of the state playoffs. Welcome back, fans, to Eastern Randolph High School. Foul called right off the bat on Liz Carpenter. 7:48 to play. The Knights are up by 10. It is 44-34 here on the Grimstar Sports Network. Logan Beaver is at the line. And she will miss her first. Second one will drop. 9-point ball game on GramstarSports.com. Fans, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. We stream 5 varsity sports for Robbinsville. Volleyball, football, basketball, baseball, and softball. If you're a member of the conference, or hey, even if you're an away team that's not in our conference and you want to catch your teams on the road, we stream all the home games and away games as we can. Some schools allow us to, some schools a little less lenient. And we'll stop right there. Kinsley Phillips with the ball, and that's trouble, stripped away by Southerly. Here she goes to the basket. Breakaway will get two. Robbinsville does not turn the ball over very much. So the fact that they've done it so freely here tonight a few times has been costly. Last off of Robbinsville. Timeout called. 60-second pause by Eastern Randolph. 6:50 to go. Welcome back, fans, to Eastern Randolph High School. Lucas Ford, Eddie Howell, Cambry Levin, Tamaya Wachacha, and Katie Phillips break the huddle with the Lady Knights. 7-point ball game here on GramstarSports.com. Shot is in. Boy, Snutherly is just paying all kinds of dividends. It's a 5-point ball game. Wachacha can't get it done. And the ball was last touched by Eastern Randolph. That is the correct call. 6:16 to play. Aubrey Wachacha will inbound. That's a rarity. Kinsley Phillips will grab it. Nobody there to stop the corner three, but it's off. And rebounded by Eastern Randolph. Southerly up the floor. Plows over Trammell. They're going to call a block on Destiny Shea. 3 fouls. For Eastern Randolph, that is a huge, huge break. 6:04 to go. First one in and out. And let's see if Snutherly can salvage the series. And she does. 4-point ball game. If you're Eastern Randolph, your player of the game has absolutely got to be Miss Snetherly. She's been a dominant force. Inside to Wachacha. And it drops! How about that? Holy cow, what a shot by Aubrey Wachacha. And one coming for Wachacha. And it's good. 3-point play. Wachacha grins. And there's a bench warning been issued on Robbinsville after the, we'll call it excessive celebration. It wasn't really much of one, though. Number 22, Brooklyn Jones, was trying to tie her shoe. And they started the game back a little quicker than the knot was made. So we'll try it again. There'll be an inbound for Southerly with 5:41 to go. Robbinsville up 47-40 on GrabStarSports.com. And that one coughed right up. Boy, Eastern Randolph just cannot get into a groove here tonight. If not for Southerly, this would be a runaway ball game. Whitaker's had a decent evening, as has Logan Beaver. Watson with a few rebounds, but honestly, Southerly has been the star of the show. Senior guard. Inside to Carpenter. Tries to get to Wachacha. And threw it right into heavy coverage. Southerly thought about a three. Kinsley Phillips changed her mind. Rebound will not be snagged by Waddy. Gets back to Eastern Randolph. .431 to play. Eastern Randolph at a methodical pace right now. Don't want to make a mistake. Like that right there. Deflection by Wachacha, stolen by senior Kinsley Phillips. Robbinsville basketball with 4:07 to play. And the Knights hold all the cards here in the third round of the state playoffs. The only other conference team playing today is Cherokee. The Lady Braves are hosting East Wilkes. And we'll check a score update on that as quick as we can. Looked like a 3-second violation might have ended that one for Robbinsville. 3:48 to go. That was going to be off. Rebounded. Boy, Southerly just plowed over Tremmel. Travel that time didn't get called. Ball loose on the floor. Eastern Randolph prevails. Southerly drive. Can't get it. Wachacha rebound. Oh, baby, what a frantic 30-second spurt that was. Travel for three. And she drains it. The Robbinsville fans are shaking the bleachers here at Eastern Randolph. Rebound for Wachacha. .246 to go. Travel drives. Nobody to stop her. 52-40. Timeout called. And you can't hear yourself think here in the Robbinsville section. Back in just a moment on the Gramstar Sports Network. It'll be an inbound for Eastern Randolph. 2:39 to go. Robbinsville leads by 12 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Kevin Hensley with you for the telecast. A long way from Graham County, but we're alive nonetheless. The Gramstars coverage knows no limits, baby. Rebound, and Whitaker misses the putback. Snotherly's has missed as well. Carpenter gets it. Robbinsville basketball. I got it. Back to you. Knight's going to play keep away. That's a smart call here. No need to do anything fancy, except that'll help. How about a little insurance? Lengthy possession ends with a Carpenter basket. And a foul. She'll go for the M1 here in just a moment. And one no good. Rebounded by Eastern Randolph. Foul called on the other end now. Trammell with 4 fouls tonight. That is a rarity. Miss Trammell very rarely gets out of the 2 foul range for an entire ball game, and she's got 4 here this afternoon. Whitaker gets her first. .148 to play. And she goes 2 for 2. Timeout called by Eastern Randolph. 1:48 to play. Robbinsville leads by 12. Back live from Eastern Randolph High School. The Lady Wildcats are down by 12 to the Lady Knights as Robbinsville is trying to put the final polish on a third-round road playoff victory. Second one in 2 days. They played just down the road from here at Albemarle on Thursday and defeated the Bulldogs 71-66. Foul called on Watson. And if you're the Wildcats, you've got a foul here at this point. So don't be surprised if this one drags out a little bit just to try and keep their hopes alive here in the latter stages of the game. Another foul, this time on Snotherly. We're up to, I believe that's, should be getting close to a bonus here in a moment, I would think, for Eastern Randolph. Foul called again.
Foul number 5, Dragon Snotherly. That's her third personal 16th foul.
And looks like it'll be another inbound. Eastern Randolph's doing what it's got to do to keep its hopes alive with 1:33 to play. Lachacha fouled by Whitaker. My statistician down here to my left is having a heck of a time keeping up with this, I can promise you. That sends him to the bonus. Chacha will go to the line. And drain her first. Nothing but net. Confidence oozing from Wachacha. Second one missed. Carpenter fights for it. Junk ball, maybe. Now they're going to call a travel on Carpenter. .130 to go, 55-42. Wildcats are scrambling. Rebound. And Wachacha had it. They'll get the ball back to the Lady Knights. Putback attempt there by Brooklyn Jones was no good. Timeout called by Lucas Ford and Robbinsville. 1:10 to play. 55-42. Lady Knights, stay with us on the Graham Star Sports Network. Lady Knights get a nice hand from the crowd in attendance from Graham County as they come out of the timeout with 1:10 to play. They're up by 13 here at Eastern Randolph. Surrey Waddy will break up the floor and draw the foul near the three-quarter line. Foul was on Logan Beaver. 1:05 to go. So Waddy will go to the line for a rare 1-and-1 or a rare foul appearance for her, period, honestly. And she'll make her first. Robbinsville ain't worried about it. They've got 4 backed up in the paint to negate anything Eastern Randolph's cooking up. Waddy goes 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Three-pointer beyond the side of the backboard. Waddy rebound. Desta Tremmel with the ball. Kicks it to Carpenter for 2. It's off. And rebounded by Snotherly. That's a good kick. Good pass. Good look. Shot can't finish. Kinsley Phillips is fouled by Zira Watson.
Logan Beaver has her 4th personal foul. Lady Knights are still in the 1-and-1. For 24 is at the line. Kinsley Phillips.
Kinsley Phillips will check in for her first attempts tonight from the free throw line and make her first. (58-42) Robbinsville. Second one good as well. Two-pointer no good. Phillips again with a board. Can't get out of trouble. Foul finally called. And it's on Watson. And I believe it's double bonus time. And it is.
Fouls on number 1, Zira Watson.
Reality setting in as the crowd is silent here at Eastern Randolph.
For 24, Kinsley Phillips at the line shooting 2.
Phelan Welch is going to check in for Robbinsville here in just a moment, right here below us.
For 50, Phelan Welch reports in for Lady Knights.
Wachacha will jog off the court with a smile on her face. Heck of a ball game from the big junior center, Wachacha. Kinsley Phillips goes 1 of 2 that time. 60-42. How about that, fans? Robbinsville comes all the way out east. Nearly 300 miles away from home. And will scoop up an 18-point victory if the score holds here. And it looks like it will. Ball's out of bounds. It will be, I believe, an Eastern Randolph inbound, and it is. You hear the Robbinsville faithful clapping. That's their tradition when they get close to the W. They clap their way to the final buzzer. What a ball game for Aubrey Wachacha, Desta Tremmel, Kinsley Phillips, Liz Carpenter and company. Three-pointer for Sanuki will, hey, no worrying about it, folks. Lady Knights have done it. 60-42 is going to be your final score. They couldn't even hold Bella Ford back off the floor. 60-45 final here on Graham Star Sports. Robbinsville will host Drawn on Tuesday. That's right, fans. 4th round playoff action will be in Graham County on Tuesday evening. Fans, we will be right back in about 10 minutes with the boys matchup. The number 3 versus the number 6. Eastern Randolph and Robbinsville. Don't you dare go away on GrahamStarSports.com.
Black Knights of Robbinsville. Senior number 2, right.
Welcome back, fans, to Eastern Randolph High School. Let's see if the Black Knights can create the magic that we just saw the girls do. 60-45, Lady Knights advance to the 4th round, and they are going to host Drawn at home on Tuesday. How about that? Lady Knights 20-8 this season, and now we've got a matchup of the 3 and the 6 seeds coming your way on GramStarSports.com. Kevin Hensley with you for the telecast here from Eastern Randolph High School. Once again, I want to give a special shout out to our friends here with the Wildcats, helping us set up shop and make this telecast possible for all of you great Black Knight fans. Couple of turnovers, balls go out of bounds, foul called there. Well, I believe turn it over. No, I'm going to keep it with Eastern Randolph. My apologies. Foul is on Alexander Wachacha. And we'll see what we've got up our sleeves here for Eastern Randolph. The Wildcats undefeated at home this year, 26-2 overall. Pierce Leonard is at the charity stripe, and he just made his first. And that cracks the scoreboard. 1-0. And make that 2-0. Putback no good. Dog pile. And out of the Druthels, if you will, Xander Wachacha emerges with the ball. 1-0 Eastern Randolph. And let's see if the Knights can get to work. Senior point guard Brock Adams dumps it off inside. Bo Rattler broken up. A good clean block in the first quarter. Wachacha takes it. Corner 3 will be off. And rebounded by number 10. That is Julian Brooks on the board. And a travel called. I stand corrected. They're going to call a foul on Brooks. So a travel and a foul. I guess you take the lesser of two evils there if you're Eastern Randolph. Robbinsville inbounds the ball under heavy pressure. Wachacha low basket pass to Bryce Adams. He gets it to Wachacha. And back over to the right side. Brock Adams to Wachacha. Brock Adams feeds it to his brother Bryce. It spins in for 2. And the Knights are on the board, 2-1 here in the first quarter. Timothy Brower gets it inside to Brooks. Brooks pumps it into the net for 2. And the call is here. They're calling Brooks for a push after the basket. The Eastern Randolph fan base, not a big fan of that call, but it stands nonetheless. 2 already on Julian Brooks here in the first quarter. It is a rabid atmosphere this evening here. Chacha pump shot for 2 is in. 4-3 Robbinsville. And Pierce Leonard running point. Scoping out the floor. Drive in. Quick basket by Nika Taylor for 2. Chacha to the corner. Bo Rattler thought about it, changed his mind, drove in, and got the for sure 2, 6-5. Ball's out. Last touched by Robbinsville. $5:13 to play here in the opening quarter. And that is one big gentleman, Johnny Norwood, for 2. Well, they're going to have a hard time keeping him contained in the paint. Norwood 6'6", 310 pounds for the Wildcats. Boy, Adams just found it out the hard way. Ran to a brick wall there. And a transition basket for Nika Taylor. 9-6. Eastern Randolph. 4:21 to play in the first quarter. We will have Lady Knights and Drawn coverage from home Tuesday. Let's hope the Black Knights will be joining us. Don Carpenter can't finish the shot. And it's going to be rebounded. Well, stolen away, though. Don Carpenter will get it back. Here comes Robbinsville. Cha-cha 2. And it's good. 9-8. And the ball's loose. Last touch by Eastern Randolph. It will be an inbound in the corner for Brock Adams. Carpenter gets it way up top with Chacha. Thought about a 3, changed his tune. Drives in, gets 2, can't get it. Rebound by Timothy Brower. And a foul call that'll send the Eastern Randolph section into its stratosphere. Devontae Brooks on the basket. I was on Carpenter. It's 11-8 at the moment. Brooks can make this one, and it'll be 12-8.
15 seconds. One shot remaining for number 5. Brooks.
Can't get it. Foul called on the big man, Norwood. Brock Adams to Rattler as they try to break the press. And they eventually do so with Chacha flying. Floats it in there. Good work by the speedy Xander Wachacha, who's now applying pressure to Pierce Leonard. Drives in, ball stripped loose, foul called. Wachacha with 2 fouls already. Leonard to the line. Makes his first. Quinn Jumper's going to have to check in. Wachacha's in foul trouble here in the early going. That one's off. Bryce Adams. I'm not sure what the call was. My apologies. And now there are the officials. We had a timeout called, and we also had an out of bounds. I'm going to say that it was last touch by Bryce Adams. Inbound goes to Leonard. Carpenter steals it and is fouled. Norwood plowed him over. Well, we knew it would be a physical game. These two teams just met in the football playoffs about 3 months ago. No strangers to one another. A lot of hard feelings if you're a Robbinsville player. They coughed up a rally twice in the fourth quarter of that football game on November the 18th and fell to the Wildcats. Eastern Randolph was eliminated next week by Mount Airy. Foul called, I believe, on Brock Adams. It is on Mr. Adams. So we're foul-tastic here in the first quarter. 8 between both teams already. It's going to be a long night at the office. Here's Leonard and Bo Rattler matched up a pair of 4s. Leonard puts up a nice shot. And that makes it 14-10 on GramStarSports.com. Jumper tripped up by Leonard. Much to the chagrin of the Wildcat faithful. 2:19 to play in the first. Brock Adams receives the inbound, and onward we roll. Bryce Adams for 3 is going to be off. And it'll be an Eastern Randolph inbound. Micah Taylor will inbound it. Here's Leonard. Will carry it up the floor. Three-pointer out of the corner. Can't get it. Good rebound and a putback by Devontae Brooks. And it's 16-10. Rattler all the way across the horn and almost threw it into the third row. Timeout called by Jake Beasley. 30-second pause. Eastern Randolph 16, Robbinsville 10. Back live, fans from Eastern Randolph High School. Kevin Hensley with you on behalf of the Gramstar Sports Network. I got Titan T down here keeping stats. Montana's on the floor doing photos. We're covering this one as extensively as we can for the Black Knights. And grateful to be doing it already for the Lady Knights because they're going to the fourth round if you're just joining us. Brock Adams strips it away. Drive. Bucket. A big transition basket for Brock Adams. Norwood shoves his way in. Can't finish it. Rebounded by Adams. Nice look, but can't finish the job. Could Bo Rattler. And it will be a Robbinsville inbound. And move some feral children out of the way. Carpenter for two. He'll drain it off the inbound. Good work. Carpenter in the score column now, 16-14. And a three-pointer from Brower will extend it a little bit longer to a 5-point lead for the Wildcats. Wildcats press has not been too terribly effective, but it has slowed down the pace of this high-octane Robbinsville offense. Not really a patented thing for Robbinsville this year. They'll play slow. They'll play fast. They match energies just like you would in a relationship. Maybe that's why I'm still single. I'm not sure. 6 seconds to go. Adams to the bucket. And can't get it in. And a hand's all over it. Norwood stepped out of bounds. But it ain't going to matter. This one's over, folks. The first quarter in the books. Eastern Randolph 20. Robbinsville 14. Back in a moment on GramstarSports.com. Back with you live from Eastern Randolph High School. Kevin Hensley with you on behalf of the Gramstar Sports Network. The Gramstar has been Graham County's hometown newspaper since 1955. Don Carpenter with a pump shot to begin things. Here in the second, give the assist to Quinn Jumper. Leonard tried a three in response. Could not get it. Rebounded by Bryce Adams. Brock Adams floats in, can't get it. A lot of hands on it. It ends up in the clutches of Eastern Randolph. Man, what a shot. Fired that one a little too hot, though. And last touched by the Black Knights will be a Wildcats inbound. A three-pointer will extend it a little longer. 23-16. Ball stalling away. Taylor up. Can't get it. Put back by Devontae Brooks is going to be good. Boy, he's been big inside, pardon the pun. And it's a 9-point ball game. Put back by Carpenter will get the job done for two. Long two inside for Brower. Nothing doing. Devontae Brooks rebound. Gets it to his point guard, Pierce Leonard. Drive in. Rebound by Adams. And the Energizer Bunnies continuing. Carpenter will push it in again. That's 3 in a row for Don C. 5:10 to play in the half.
Timeout.
Timeout called by Jake Beasley and the Black Knights. 30-second on the Graham Stars Sports Network. Stay with us. And welcome back to Eastern Randolph High School. Kevin Hensley, Montana Buchanan, Titan Teestesky, and all of the Hee Haw gang with you for tonight's third round playoff action between the Black Knights and the Eastern Randolph Wildcats. Off the inbound, 2 for Timothy Brower, 29-20. And a hard collision. Boy, Bo Rattler got whacked right in the mouth. That is William Stalker on the foul. His first of the night. Right here below us, Bryce Adams will inbound it. Bo Rattler out. Caleb Draper, senior for the Black Knights, has checked in. Boy, what a crowd on hand. Packed in here like bubblegum tonight at Eastern Randolph. Wachacha for 2. He'll get it. Give the assist to Brock Adams. Boy, the Wildcats so quick. Especially Devontae Brooks. Draper to Wachacha. Quick pass to Carpenter. And it's broken up. Foul called. Calling an offensive foul on Wachacha there. And Eastern Randolph will inbound it. .349 to go in the first half. Stalker, low basket pass to the corner. Devontae Brooks will drive in and around Bo Rattler. Devontae Brooks is doing whatever he darn well pleases inside the paint right now. And the score is reflective of that. Draper for corner 3. It'll be off the side of the rim. Brooks rebound. That one almost broke it up. Taylor held on to it. Foul called. It's on Pierce Leonard. 3:16 to go in the half. Checking in is Julian Brooks.
So be shooting in 1-1.
Now it looks like Bryce Adams will meander back to the other end of the floor.
55.
Once again, fans, thank you for joining us for our telecast of third round playoff action here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Lovett Contracting, Computer Resolution, Blevins Electric, and Blevins Insurance you see on your screen is our season-long sponsor. And Coy Adams Timber Company also help make these telecasts possible. 1-1 will go nowhere. Draper was not going to win that battle with Mr. Norwood, I'm sorry to say. And onward we roll. Leonard for 3. It's off. Rebounded by Bo Rattler. And some of the Robbinsville fans to my left down here are about to empty the bleachers. We don't want that. Foul called. That is one thing about this fan base that you got to love about Robbinsville. They are passionate. So he'll take a chance at it. Misses his first. Norwood rebound. Devontae Brooks to Pierce Leonard. Drives. It rolls out. I'm sorry. 2 for Julian Brooks. 35-22, Eastern Randolph. 3 for Don Carpenter will sink. Barely grazed the net. That's how beautiful a shot it was for Don C. Gillian Brooks for 2. 37-25. Carpenter bumps around Norwood. Loses it. Turned over. Devontae Brooks checking in. And we'll reset. Robbinsville did it right last night, folks. Came down and stayed the night in Concord. 30 miles or so from here. Got some adequate rest. Some parents might have chipped in on the lodging bill. We won't name names. But it just shows how wonderful a community this is to make it special for these kids. Timothy Brower for 2. Robbinsville trails by 14. Nothing doing there. Don Carpenter is not happy with that call, and neither is many of the Robbinsville fans. Brooks was just all over him. And will be an Eastern Randolph inbound ball stolen away by Caleb Draper. Shot up, put back by Carpenter will get the job done. Robbinsville is still down by 12. The fans, there's one thing if you've learned it all season, these 23-4 Black Knights, you absolutely, positively do not ever count them out. Even if Devontae Brooks can't be stopped. Carpenter for 2. Adams assist. Could say Bryce Adams. 41-29. Boy, nobody caught that. Brooks got the call. 10 seconds left in the half. Bryce Adams up the floor. Short time. Ball stripped loose by Leonard. And we'll go into halftime. 43-29. Robbinsville is going to have to find out some answers for Devontae Brooks and the Wildcats here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Hey guys, welcome back to Eastern Randolph High School. Kevin Hensley with you. And we're in the break right now. It's 43-29 in favor of the homestanding Wildcats. Again, they have not lost a game at home this season. 26-2 this year. And they hold the number 3 seed in the 1A Western bracket. Robbinsville 23-4, and they are the 6th seed. At the break, Donovan Carpenter, 15 points for Robbinsville, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Also, Xander Wachacha, who's in foul trouble, so we'll probably see him come back out from the break. He had 8 points before he had to sit on the bench for a few minutes and cool off, as well as a steal. And Brock Adams, Bryce Adams, and Bo Rattler with 2 points each. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. The Eastern Randolph Wildcats are already back on the floor, and Robbinsville is still in the locker room strategizing. 3rd round playoff action coming your way, and we appreciate you tuning in here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Off the ground, folks. Second half coming your way on GramstarSports.com. 43-29. in favor of the hosting Wildcats, as the Black Knights' magical season is a half away from coming to an end. We don't want to see that. And neither does senior point guard Brock Adams. Ball stolen away, though, and dumped right back off for two by Timothy Bauer, and that's how we begin things in the second half. Another steal by Brower up the floor. Draws the foul.
Number 4, Bo Ratner. That's his first foul in the second half. Line shooting for the Varsity number 1, Timothy Bauer.
Knights will hopefully have a better game plan. They've just got to figure out how to neutralize Devontae Brooks. Let's just be honest about it. The big man in between Bo Rattler and Bryce Adams has been a nightmare for Robbinsville in this one so far. Bauer goes 1 for 2. 46-29 with 7:27 to play here in the third quarter. Adams across the horn to Xander Wachacha. Basket pass to Brock Adams. He spins into the paint. He runs into Julian Brooks and can't get around him. Bryce Adams broke it up. That one out. Last touch by Julian Brooks. Carpenter for 2. Can't get it. Brock Adams had the pass there. Carpenter with 15 points. By far and away leads Robbinsville's production so far. How about a block for Big Don? But a foul is going to be called anyway. So that'll negate the stat. I'm going to call it on Bryce Adams.
For 10, Bryce Adams. That's the foul. His first, second. 10. Julian Brooks.
Gillian Brooks at the line. He'll fire off his first. And it'll trickle through the net. Mr. Randolph just continues to pile on. 47-29 here in the third quarter. That went off the bottom of the net. Turns it over to Robbinsville. Connor Carter checks in for Donnie Norwood. Robbinsville inbound. Across the horn to Wachacha. Carpenter for 3. It's going to be off. And it's rebounded by Connor Carter. Here come the Wildcats. Ball plucked away. Bryce Adams to Wachacha. He can't finish his shot. How many of those easy peasy shots has Robbinsville missed? Pace quickens. Nothing doing. Julian Brooks, quick dump. That one's not going to get in either. Foul call. Adams again. 2 fouls here in about a span of 40 seconds. And that one's going to miss. 0 for 2 effort. But the Wildcats are outpacing them at every turn and circumstance right now. And a three-pointer from Nika Taylor will send Eastern Randolph to the 50-point mark. Gotcha, horn to horn. There's Bo Rattler for three. And Jake Beasley calls the timeout for the Knights with 5:52 left here in the third quarter. Back live from Eastern Randolph High School, you're watching the Graham Star Sports Network. It will be in Randolph inbound after Bo Rattler hits a three, and the Knights call a timeout to catch a breath of air. Robbinsville's had an unbelievable season. Can't make enough positive remarks about this talented group. Travel called on Julian Brooks, turns it over to Robbinsville. But down by 18 with 5:38 to play. It was a 21-point deficit until just a moment ago. And Devontae Brooks again continues to impress. 20-point lead for the Wildcats. We'll chat you two. Rattler thought about it. Gave it to Carpenter instead. It ain't going to make it. On the floor is the foul. Here's Leonard charged with the foul. Carpenter for three. Donnie C. having a good night. Robbinsville still down by 17, though. That one airmailed. Boy, was that a shady yet clever play by the Wildcats. Good work. Good court awareness. Devontae Brooks just crept up behind Bo Rattler and just pushed the ball off of him and charged the infraction to the Knights. Three-pointer's not going to do anything. He'll stay on this end of the floor. Brooks off the inbound. 54-35. Bryce Adams for two. It's Devontae Brooks again. 56-37. Foul called in the paint on Bryce Adams. Stand corrected, that's on Julian Brooks. Brock Adams at the line. Robbinsville's only made 2 trips to the foul line tonight, counting this one. Had a little extra sweat to clean up. 1 for 2. Rebound made by Stalker. Here's Leonard in. Rebound was gotten by Bo Rattler. Stalker stripped it away. That time Bryce Adams gets it. Carpenter can't cool it off. And he draws a foul.
Second touchdown. Third back. Berlin just line. That's Berlin. There's leading two.
Here's Carpenter. Knights are battling. Time rapidly running out on this once-in-a-lifetime season the Black Knights have put together. One of two. Scramble for the ball. Wachacha will get it, but he'll step out and give it up to the Wildcats anyway. Substitution coming. That is Nika Taylor coming in for Stalker. Foul called. And it's on Bryce Adams. There's a Wildcat on the floor wiping up the flop sweat. 3:32 to go here in the third quarter. 56-39 Eastern Randolph. I'm going to be off the back of the rim. And that one off the front of the rim. Bryce Adams rebound. 0 for 2 series for Leonard. Brock Adams in trouble. Foul called on Nika Taylor. And a heated discussion will commence. Knights will take that break. Block called under the net. And that'll send Adams to the line. And that one is on Devontae Brooks. That is unbelievably Mr. Brooks' first foul here tonight. Comes here in the third quarter. And he'll make his first. If you're Robbinsville, you want to do anything you can to get Devontae Brooks cooled off. Maybe foul trouble will do it. He has been a one-man wrecking crew for these Wildcats tonight. Can't discount Timothy Brower or Nika Taylor's efforts either, but it has been a Devontae Brooks versus Robbinsville showing for the majority of the ball game. Adams goes 2 for 2. Robbinsville has broken the 40-point mold. Timeout call by Eastern Randolph. It is a 30-second pause. We'll step aside with them here on the Gramstar Sports Network. And welcome back to Ramsar, North Carolina. Kevin Hensley with you on behalf of the Gramstar Sports Network, bringing you tonight's telecast of third round playoff action for the Robbinsville Black Knights. Here's Leonard. Shoved Bryce Adams, and the referee saw that. Good call. Well, how about that offensive foul? To turn it over to Robbinsville. Xander Wachacha will inbound it right here below us. And he'll give it to Brock Adams. 2:41 to go in the third quarter. Robbinsville down by 15 at the moment. Three-pointer back into Wachacha's clutches. Makes it 13. Drive coming Good shot by Brower. Rock Adams floats in for two. And that one will be turned over back into the clutches of the Black Knights. So let's see what Robbinsville can do here. Adams took a shot at one just inside the arc and couldn't find the basket. Ball almost coughed up. Good movement by the Wildcats to settle that one down. Good defense by Robbinsville. Brock Adams called for a block on Brower. And that ends that lengthy stint. Connor Carter to inbound. How about a two for Brower? And that one will get turned back over as well to the Wildcats. So one on one end and one on the other. And it's 60-45. You track it home. That was the final score of the girls' game, as a matter of fact, earlier tonight. What a move inside by Taylor. Drive in by Bryce Adams for two. Nice trying to get it going here. Can't get those second chance opportunities. You got to cash those in if you're Robbinsville. And I believe we got a technical on the floor. Stalker is not happy about that. He was called for the technical. I believe they called Devontae Brooks. For the block. And once we get the excess sweat cleaned up, we will roll along. The basket counted, by the way, so it is 64-47. But the technical foul will give Wachacha, I believe, is who they normally pick for this, a chance to shoot a couple of shots. Referee's assessing the situation on the floor with 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. Dueling chants underway here at Eastern Randolph. What a great atmosphere. You got to have it if you're in the Sweet 16 of the playoffs. And a conference taking place in front of the scorer's table now. I think we got it all sorted out. It may be a double technical, as a matter of fact. I think. Hard to say. Brock Adams misses his first. Makes his second. And onward we go. Chance for Robbinsville to trim it down a little bit here. Adams misses his first. Makes his second again, so he goes 2 for 4. The Knights inbound at half court. Bryce to Brock as this lengthy third quarter begins to close. Wachacha drives in, basket pass for 2. And they're going to say that, I guess Adams must have traveled. So the basket doesn't count. Clock doesn't start either. The clock is not running. There it goes. There were about 2 seconds they lost there. I may give the Wildcats a chance to do something here. Jillian Brooks will cash it in. Brock Adams flying. 3 at the buzzer. It's going to be off. 66-49 Eastern Randolph. Stay with us, folks, here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Welcome back, everyone, to Eastern Randolph High School. Kevin Hensley with you for the Gramstar Sports Network. Ball stolen away to begin the fourth by Brower, and he'll dump it off for a transition basket. (68-49). Knights are down by 19 at the moment. They have not been able to slow down Devontae Brooks inside all night. Rebound by Bo Rattler goes nowhere. Travel called on Eastern Randolph. And the Robbinsville Black Knights are rapidly staring at the end of a magical season. I'll make something happen here quick. If you're Robbinsville, Wachacha for 3 is going to try, and he'll drain it. 68-52. Don Carpenter assist. Fans wanted a technical down here below us on Brock Adams for discussing things with the official, but they're not going to get it. Devontae broken up. Wachacha finally comes down with it. Brock Adams gets in and out, and will set up. Robbinsville can't be hasty here, or has to be hasty here, I should say. 2 for Brock. Trickles out of bounds. Robbinsville basketball. $14-point ball game. Knights nipping away. Can they do what they've done all year? When they're down, they rally late. Wachacha for 3. Can't find it. Rebounded by Devontae Brooks. Foul called on Wachacha. So how about both teams in the bonus now, including Eastern Randolph and Devontae Brooks. Once again, I want to give the staff here at Eastern Randolph High School a very special thank you for allowing us to set up shop here tonight and bring you playoff coverage from nearly 300 miles away from Graham County. God bless technology. Foul on Norwood. That is his third. We hope you're enjoying our telecast. We will for sure have Lady Knights and drawn basketball for you at home on Tuesday. We're hoping the Black Knights will be joining us for a doubleheader, but they're going to have to catch up quick for that to happen. Nothing happening on the 1-and-1. 2 for Brower. .555 left to play. The Black Knights will get to play the winner of Bessemer City and South Stokes if they can pick up the victory. If not, Eastern Randolph will be playing the winner of those games. Bessemer City would be an away game for the Yellow Jackets. Either way, they win because Robbinsville is the 6th seed. South Stokes would host Robbinsville or Eastern Randolph. That game also did not start until 5 p.m. today. Timeout called by the Wildcats. Full 60-second pause here on the Graham Star Sports Network. We are live from Ramsor, North Carolina, wedged directly between Greensboro and Asheboro for the third round of the 1A men's playoffs. You saw the girls' game earlier tonight. Robbinsville prevailing 60-45. Lady Knights will host Drawn on Tuesday, and if you bought the game here at GrahamStarSports.com, guess what? You can buy Tuesday's game there as well. We'll be streaming that one. Find out a start time as soon as the ADs have a discussion over when Drawn can make the trip from Valdez. It's actually not too terrible a drive. Maybe 2.5, 3 hours. Drive out here today to East Randolph was nearly 300 miles from Robbinsville. Two inside for Julian Brooks. 72-54, rebounded by Julian Brooks. Block called on Bryce Adams. On Brock, excuse me. 5:01 to play. Brower to shoot. One and one. Trickles in. Boy, it thought about it. It contemplated. Left it in the hands of the Lord, and it rolled into the basket. Two for two. Don Carpenter for three. Can't get it. He was hot in the first half. Halftime sadly cooled him off. Bryce Adams tries to break it up, but it throws it out of bounds. Possession stays with the Wildcats. 4:38 to play. High heave. My goodness, how did Devontae Brooks reel that down? I think he just broke the state record in the high jump to get that ball out of the stratosphere. Foul called on Donovan Carpenter. 4:12 to go. Cannot deny how wonderful the White Knights have been to cover this year. We knew they were going to be good. 23-4 good. We about could have seen that one coming too. In and out. Norwood just doing what he wants. Back to back. Times 3. How about a fourth? Devontae Brooks has had enough. He'll draw a foul. Holy tamale. That's on Bryce Adams.
Number 5, Devontae Brooks.
Brooks misses his first. The clock ran errantly for about 6 or 7 seconds before it got stopped. I'm trying to reset it at 4:02, I believe. That's where it's at. 20-point ball game. Robbinsville's been unable to get within striking distance. They've gotten to 13 or 14 a few times here in the second half. 14, actually, and cannot get any closer. Eastern Randolph, super talented, a lot of size, athleticism, speed inside. Coming off Adams' foot. So East Randolph will inbound it right in front of the bench. Sorry, right next to it, I guess. Ball swatted away. Good job, Don Carpenter steal. Drive and a foul.
Number 22, Kyle Taylor, is second. Black Knights are in the double bonus. The shooting 2 is number 2, Brock Adams.
Brock Adams to the line to shoot. And he'll miss his first. Adams will probably go on to play some level of college basketball. Got an offer from Warren Wilson in Nashville not too terribly long ago. 1 of 2 at the line. Timeout called. And we'll step aside with them. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. How about that? Brock Adams makes the 1,000 career point mark with that foul shot. That is a big moment for the senior. Well deserved. And he's getting a standing ovation from the fans here in Eastern Randolph. Inbound will go to Eastern Randolph. Monte Brooks pumps another one through. .250 to go, 21-point lead. And if Robbinsville can't start hitting something from outside here in a moment, it's going to be bad. Wachacha will drive in and get a bucket off the steal. Ball stolen by Don Carpenter that time. Wachacha for three off the rim. Can't do it. Rebounded by Leonard. And Wachacha's done for the night. He'll hit the showers. 5 fouls on the junior guard from Snowbird.
2 shots awarded number 4, Pierce Leonard.
Austin Crisp is going to check in for Donovan Carpenter.
Back in for the Cats.
Norwood will reel it in. Leonard for 2, overshoots it. Norwood on the putback will take care of it, though. Well, there's an old mantra that you play it right to the end, right? Connor Carter with 3. This one just continues to get out of hand. It's 81-57. There's 2 for Bryce Adams. Hate to say Robbinsville's season even come to an end or think about coming to an end. Bryce Adams will pick it away and score in transition. Good chance he'll be the point guard next year. That's what he ran in middle school. Of course, his older brother Brock has manned the position on varsity for a while now. .57 seconds. Norwood for 2. Got to admire that Robbinsville is still playing. Draper to Brock Adams. Off his foot, foul called. Well, fans, we have thoroughly enjoyed covering this Black Knights basketball team this season. I can assure you this has been, I put this on social media the other day, actually. This team has rejuvenated my love for varsity boys basketball, truthfully. Fun, disciplined group. And you hate to see it come to an end here in the 3rd round of the playoffs. But the name Robbinsville will continue on in the postseason. Ball stolen away by Brooks. Carter again for 3. Tries to hit it, can't do it. Rebounded by Bryce Adams. As the Lady Knights will host Drawn at home on Tuesday in the 4th round. And a foul called. 20 seconds to go. Robbinsville's season will end at 23-5. Eastern Randolph will go on to play the winner of South Stokes or Bessemer City. The Wildcats will either head to South Stokes to face the Soras, or they will host Bessemer City here on Tuesday in the men's bracket. And this actually effectively eliminates the conference from the postseason. Bryce Adams, 1 of 2. Shot broken up by Bryce. Rebound by Bo. And that one's in and out. Chris can't make it. And that's going to be all, fans. 1.7 to go. That one's off. And that's the ball game. Fans, Eastern Randolph has eliminated the Robbinsville Black Knights from the playoffs. 64, for Robbinsville, 83 for the Wildcats. And you got to give mad props to Devontae Brooks for such a phenomenal ball game.
I believe this round will be held elsewhere. And I think I heard South Stokes, but not 100% sure.
And I'm just kind of at a loss for words right now, fans, because we did not want to see this happen, but it has happened. This one is over. The Black Knights have been eliminated from the playoffs. And it's been one heck of a season for Robbinsville basketball. And we've had a fun time bringing it to you here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Well, folks, that's going to wrap us up from Eastern Randolph. We've got a 5-hour drive home. We'll crunch those stats a little bit later for your final point leaders for Robbinsville. Brock Adams breaks the 1,000-point mark, but the Knights are eliminated. However, join us Tuesday. We've got Lady Knights basketball at home. That's right, we're back home for the 4th round. The number 13 and the number 16 seed. That just shows you how those brackets can shake out sometimes. Robbinsville drawn on Tuesday. Until then, this is Kevin Hensley. Thank you all very much for joining us for this Saturday afternoon doubleheader at Eastern Randolph High School. Good night, everybody.